They are telling people that this is a left-wing liberal situation, to the point where there have been threats sent to HBCUs. How did we get in this? Did they set this up so that they could incite a civil war?
We want true justice. So give us the green light or handle it yourself with the military.
It's time, yo. It's time for a civil war.
A straw for me. It's fucking war now.
War was declared today.
Back! White man, fight back! White man, fight back! White man, fight back! White man, fight back!
We're not against amendments. We're not against activists. But we are against those thugs.
I see what you did there.
The obsession with black people is real because we literally had nothing to do with what happened with Charlie Kirk.
Authorities have detained 22-year-old Tyler Robinson of Utah as a suspect in the fatal shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Robinson was apprehended after a multi-day manhunt turned in by his own father, Matt Robinson, who recognized him from images circulated by law enforcement.
Again, innocent until proven guilty, but this is the current suspect that they're pretty confident did it. If that's the guy, he's a fucking groiper. Like a Nick Fuentes accolade. He didn't like Charlie Kirk because he thought Charlie Kirk was too anti-white.
How is that possible?
This is a situation of the white supremacists eating each other alive. And the right-wingers have been calling for civil war for days against the left because they thought that we did this when we didn't do it. You did it. You did it to yourselves.
And I don't think people are understanding that the call is coming from inside of that big house. Who benefits from Charlie Kirk being gone?
That's the right question.
Family, that tells you everything. These are the vile, disgusting, violent people we always knew they were.
I'm not surprised.
What up, my beautiful black people? Welcome to Black People Politics Network. I'm Mr. Red. They've got their suspect, right? He has conservative ties. There are some donations that are on record. But MAGA didn't even wait for the evidence. They pounced on this tragedy to spread lies, point fingers at the left, and stoke chaos. And the question nobody's asking is, who benefits? And that's what we're going to get into today, because I don't think people are seeing the whole picture. I don't know about you all, but after I put out that video yesterday, I felt good about yesterday's video. Something just didn't fit right. I started asking questions. A lot of you all have questions too about what's going on, and something just don't seem right. I just want to point out a few things today post this Charlie Kirk incident. Let's strap in. Let's get after it.
You know, on Newsmax yesterday, you called on leaders of the left to stop normalizing hatred and violence. Are you also calling on leaders of the right to do the same?
Everyone should stop doing that, but the only difference is in the age of Trump, there has been a outrageous commentary that goes on and isn't stopped.
He's right, you know.
In fact, I even think that we should bring back, public executions on certain people. No, it should be public, it should be quick, it should be televised. You could have brought to you by Coca-Cola. And no, I'm not kidding.
Just seen a white person say, Charlie Kirk is to us what Martin Luther King was to y'all.
You must be out of your goddamn mind!
This is what we're fucking dealing with.
Well, Trump just announced that Charlie Kirk did pass. No, he didn't pass. He was fucking murdered. So here's my message to the President of the United States. As a taxpaying citizen of this country who has spent years being attacked by the vile left, we want true justice. So give us the green light or handle it yourself with the military. Each and every one of them. All of them. We want public executions because you see it hasn't been freedom for all in this country over the last 5+ years.
You're a fascist bitch.
The same people that was cheering an alligator Alcatraz for people to be eaten by alligators in an internment camp want us to feel sympathy for somebody who didn't even like us?
Yes, that's what we want to hear.
I get it. It just clicked for me. I understand why they're defending Charlie. I get it. I thought it was because they just wanted to get the libs, say oh, libs divide, libs. That's not it. They're mad because it's them. They are so shocked that people don't give a fuck. We're not pretending that we don't remember what he said. We're not pretending that he was a good person. We're not pretending. Fuck Charlie Kirk.
I want you to look at how fast they moved. Before a name, before a motive, before an arrest, the right was calling for war, purging the left. This is all authoritarian, Nazi Germany in the 30s type vibes. If you all don't see that shit, we are in trouble. 100 years ago, this happened. Almost 100 years ago, the things that we're seeing today is the same things that are happening in this country. And the fact that you have all these people that are okay with this shit, that's a problem. All they can talk about right now yesterday was this civil conflict. And that's who these people are to their core. Meanwhile, most of us that are sensible, we might despise Charlie Kirk's racist, divisive diarrhea of a platform, but we still believe in the First Amendment. We still believe even people we hate have the right to speak. Why is it that the right now doesn't believe in the same Constitution that they preach about? The difference is crystal clear. We want truth and accountability. They want blood.
Hope your day gets better.
Shut the fuck up!
Positive energy.
You're not understanding.
Now let's ask the questions that MAGA refuses to ask, because most of them are pretty stupid, don't have two brain cells rolling around there, and two would be giving them a lot. But who gains the most from Charlie Kirk being gone?
The Trump White House is now threatening Republican members of Congress, warning them that they better not vote for the Epstein files discharge petition or else. Republican Thomas Massie has brought this petition, and if they get enough signers, it will force a vote to release all of the Epstein files.
So, why don't we do that?
Wouldn't it be crazy that while Charlie Kirk was dying yesterday, pretty much the same time the shooting happened, the Senate was voting on releasing the Epstein files, and Republicans actually voted to block it?
Why would they do that?
This is something that everybody on both sides should be able to agree on unanimously. Take a listen to what he had to say only 2 days ago.
I think the DOJ should immediately move to unseal all the Epstein documents in the Southern District of New York.
Yeah. Everything. Everything except child sexual assault material.
I think every file should be released to the public the same way as the JFK files. Let the American people decide.
Put them out there, because if there's nothing in there, then we can see there's nothing in there. Now,
members of Congress are actively being blackmailed. The Epstein playbook is being used on a daily basis. Jeffrey Epstein was not a financier. He was not a hedge fund manager. Jeffrey Epstein was a key player in a multi-decade blackmail operation against the most powerful people on the planet.
This looks like another political hit, but here's what activated his execution. He started threading Epstein's network out loud, not just speculation, real connections, Mossad, US politicians, foreign blackmail. Then he hosted a fair debate with a Zionist. He was not hateful, he was surgical. That's when they called him anti-Semitic, not for hate, but for breaking narrative control. When you decode Babylon, they don't debate you, they delete you.
But politically, this hurts Trump. Kirk had millions of young right-wing followers. That's the very demographic Trump exploits. The same ones he'd send to their deaths and sleep like a baby if he had the opportunity. Mark my words on that one. Losing that voice, that's bad for Trump. And that's what keeps him up at night. If he really didn't care about the Epstein stuff, then it would come out. If he was in it, he wouldn't care. Because isn't this the same man that said that he could go out on Fifth Avenue, shoot somebody, and nobody would arrest him? Why is he then so worried about people finding out that he likes little kids? What's the difference? The difference is, if it would make him lose that base, that demographic that he needs in order to turn this country into a fucking shithole, that gets under his skin. Kirk dead is also a tool. He's a martyr, a distraction, a way for Trump to point at the chaos and say, see, America is under attack. We need law and order. And finally, we know what comes after that. Martial law. And that's been the playbook the whole time. We told you that. This man is trying to entrench himself in the power. Don't think that if Trump stays in power, America is going to be better. No, it's going to be worse. The world is laughing at us. Our enemies are now becoming allies. We are alone in this shit. And Trump will die. And what will be left over? It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to even benefit you who think you're supporting Trump. That's what they're not seeing, family.
After giving remarks about Charlie Kirk's life, he decided to go into a direct attack on the radical left, where he lays out a litany of grievances and examples of violence from the left. But he purposely avoided listing any examples in the opposite direction.
We all know that this administration has been dying to declare martial law, and it doesn't feel like it would be beneath them to create an inciting incident, something that would trigger more violence. This is going to create more extremists.
And weren't we just mad a couple weeks ago that dark money, these nonprofit, these political nonprofits were giving out money to influencers and things like that? Yeah, Charlie Kirk was doing the same thing. Aren't we just upset about that? Charlie Kirk was doing the same thing. He wasn't just some guy going around on tours, and he was actively recruiting these racists and bigots on college campuses.
And no matter how you feel about Charlie Kirk's assassination, don't let this distract you from the fact they won't release the Epstein files. We know who's on the list. This was all a setup. They're trying to distract us.
Yeah, we're not going to fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
So the next time they scream that the left is enemies of America, remember this moment. The first ones to call for violence wasn't anybody on the left. It wasn't minorities. It wasn't black people. It was them. And that's the truth about who the real enemies of this country is. But that's no surprise to us, is it? Stay vigilant, stay engaged, stay revolutionary.